G'day guys, the Mantis Boy here. Monster Mash has been out for pretty much a week now and I've saved up 256 points I think it is. So I can afford the earrings. I don't know if they're going to be that much of an upgrade. They only give a little bit of health and a little bit of mana, but so my damage up there is 113,092 and it goes up by 153. Yeah, right. But now I actually got to choose which scroll I'm going to go with to try and get my earrings to max stars. I was initially pretty tempted by the 50% chance success, and I was going to go with that one, but the 10% chance to destroy is just, it's a lot. So I kind of broke it down and looked at which scroll was maybe going to be the best, or at least the one that I'm going to go with. So this is how I went about it. If you got the scroll with 10% chance success, it means 1 in 10 scrolls should be successful. So you've got to spend 200 of the red earring pieces per 1 star force on average. That means to get the full 5 star force, you're going to have to spend 1,000. But you've got 0% chance of booming it. Looking at the 30% chance success, 30% chance means we've got a 3 in 10 chance of having a successful scroll, which means 1 in every 3.33 scrolls should be successful on average. Which means to get to the full 5 stars, you're going to have to use 17 scrolls, and they're 40 red earring pieces each. Means you have to spend 680. And then looking at the 50% scroll, there's a 1 in 2 chance that the scroll will be successful. So on average, if you fail one, you succeed one, it'll take you around 10 scrolls. 10 scrolls, and there's 70 red earring pieces each, which means, you know, on average you'd have to spend 700 red earring pieces. But then looking at it the way that I did it, the 30% ends up being just a slight bit cheaper. But when you're dealing with the 30 or the 50% chance scrolls, you've also got to take into account the boom chance. And with the 50% scroll, you've got that 10% boom chance. If you on average have to use 10 scrolls to get your item to max stars, unless you get really lucky with all your scrolling, there's a good chance that you will boom your item if you go with the 50% scroll. The 30% scroll is slightly less likely to boom your item because you've got to use 17 scrolls and it only has a 5% chance to boom. So it can still be pretty risky and a little bit spooky when you're doing it at like 4 star trying to get that last one. But I'm not a pussy, so I'm going with the 30% scroll because, yeah, I could go with the 10% scroll and eventually I would get all the stars and I wouldn't have to worry about booming the item. But I also don't consider myself super lucky, so I reckon if I tried to go with the 50% scroll, I would end up just breaking it first go. So if you're super cool and edgy, go with the 50% scroll and you might have your earrings done before everyone else. If you're a wimp and scared of breaking your earrings, go for the 10% scroll, you'll be fine. But I'm going with the 30% scroll because if I actually do break my earrings in like the first 1, 2 or 3 star forces, I won't consider it that much of a loss because it's still early on and the earrings are only 200 to get back. But I'm just not cool enough to go for the 50% and I know I'll break it. But thinking about it this way, with the 50% scroll, you got a 1 in 10 chance of breaking it and you need to use 10 scrolls on average. Very likely to break it. With the 30% scroll, you got a 1 in 20 chance to break it with that 5% boom chance, and you've got to use 17 scrolls on average. Still very likely to break it. If you got the 10% scroll, you're very not likely to break it. But it'll take you a little bit longer, maybe. But probably it'll take you a little bit less time because you're not going to have to keep rebuying your earrings. So playing it safe actually seems like the best route, but I'm not like that. That's why I went with the 30% scroll. Alright guys, cheers for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit us up with a like if you did and sub to see more. Catch you, boy.